Hey guys, Rogue Nation here today, and we got phase two here, guys. This is some videos dealing with credit card receipts and the inspecting of them, and we've got some good and we've got some bad. All right, we got two different municipalities here. We got Marion County and we have Ocala, and Ocala did a terrible job, and Marion did a really great job. And I wanted to highlight, the good and the bad here with this. And, this helped me also to refine what I'm going to be doing going forward. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. The Marion County one's going to be a little bit longer. I focus on the screen and not on the employees and myself talking. But you can hear the discussion, and it's a good discussion. So I wanted to leave that in there for everybody to hear, to see, and listen, we already know this, right? We already know that we're making changes and stuff like that. But I wanted to leave this discussion in there for the people that don't know, right? For the people that maybe are new to the community and are wondering, are these guys doing anything constructive? Are we making changes? Is something positive coming from all this activity? Now I'm going to be off the screen because I want to make sure that the screen is available for the video, but I will be doing voiceovers while it's going on. And you guys tell me at the end, in the comment section, what do you think about what transpired. If you guys have any tips that you'd like to provide me as far as what I'm looking for. One of the things that I found by doing this in these two municipalities is that there's just too many receipts, right? So what I need to do is I need to just request a statement first, go through, find any suspect charges, and then request only those receipts to look at instead of looking at the bulk of them, because there's a lot of them, right? So yeah, you guys enjoy, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks. Hey guys, today is September 6th, 2023. Going in here to City Hall. We're going to audit their credit card records. Bam, bam, bam.
Come on in, sir. Hello, sir. How can I help?
I'm going to the clerk's office.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello. I'm here to look over some records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm the gentleman.
The,
Credit card receipts and the statement.
yeah, the mayor, she has them.
Okay, excellent.
I think there's a chair over here if you want to sit.
Yeah, I see one right here. I'll go ahead and set up right there and look them over. And these are all the receipts with it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. This is all of the, that's the statement. There's the receipts. Going over these other email records of them, so they're just blowing smoke up our ass on these. Okay, so nothing on the public transportation here. Two of them on the same day, separate charges, $175 for each. Walmart Supercenter didn't see the receipt for that. Walmart Supercenter didn't see the receipt for that. No Lowe's receipt, no Lowe's receipt. Didn't see these. Angel?
Yes.
Angel? Can you give me a hand for a minute real quick? Just got a couple of issues. One is all the receipts are not here. It says 106 entries.
No, there's This is like, it's 106 and it's 76 was the total of pages in that stack.
Okay, total pages.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can obviously see then that if there's 10 on each page, then we're nowhere near the amount of receipts we need. Second thing is, there's double and triple on your receipts in here. Let me give you an example. Okay, so like these are here. These are the same ones. Study it right here. Yes. Okay. So this is the same receipt as this. And there's this.
Okay. So these looks like these were printed out. So these were printed from a system, and it may be the same receipt, but this is, you notice this email. All these are this is different from this email here.
Yeah, I might have made a mistake.
In this email, because I don't know if this check BT or whatever.
Yeah, so like.
This may be the same receipt, but different emails.
Right. Same thing. This one. All to the same emails, all to the same person, all with the same products, all with the same prices. 140, 140, 140.
You pull these from an attachment from another email? Because a lot of these receipts are attached to emails that have attachments that may have, the attachment may be this receipt, so.
Right, what I'm saying is.
I understand what you're saying, but.
It looks like you guys are bulking up the receipts because there's a lot of receipts in here. Like I haven't seen no receipts from Walmart, I haven't seen no receipts from Lowe's, I ain't seen no receipts from the public transportation here, which you got 2 different charges of $175 each on the same day. I don't see any of these receipts. Where are those receipts? Another thing that's an issue, I don't know, because I don't have the policy manual here in front of me, but on some of these travel documents, I got one person traveling and they're ordering 2 meals for lunch and 2 meals for dinner. How's that happen? Because they get reimbursed for that, right? It comes over here, employee cost, and then it comes down here and they get reimbursed, right? Whatever the cost is per day, it's supposed to be $69 per day. Okay, so where are the receipts for any of this? Like, for example, if I worked for you guys, I could go travel around, make my own food, just say I ate, and then collect $500, even though it only cost me $20 of bologna sandwiches. So there has to be receipts. All right, I hope to God that you guys are getting receipts for these people supposedly out eating dinner. I don't see any receipts for dinners on any of the travels at all.
And that would be questions, and you're right, you don't have the policy manual, I didn't know you would want that, or you didn't request that.
I did not.
But I can get you a copy of the policy manual, because it may be that receipts are not required for these. I'm not the expert, I don't work in that department.
Yeah.
I request your records from that department, and
Anytime
this is
you
what
use a credit card.
this is what you get.
Right, anytime you use public money or are being reimbursed public money, you need a receipt. That's just the way the law works. Otherwise, we would just be willy-nilly, and then a citizen comes in and says, well, where's the money? Oh, we don't need receipts for that. You just gotta believe us.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you can talk to the guy and make the policy in finance.
In finance?
Yeah, he's
Is he
in
open right
finance.
now?
No, they close at 5. We close at 5.
Oh, is it 5?
Yeah, it's 5
All right,
o'clock.
let me get out of your way then, man.
No,
I'm sorry.
you're
to
fine.
take
It's closed at 5 o'clock.
Take up your
But
day
I
like
can
that.
actually.
Put all that back together for you.
Okay. If you want to, I can see it. You can schedule some time, or I get a copy of the policy for you
I
and talk to
probably,
them.
yeah, I probably have a copy of the policy because I requested some of the documents last year.
Okay.
I'll look real quick, but if not, then I'll go ahead and I'll email you. But I got enough stuff on camera that I'll be looking into.
Okay.
But yeah, just, obviously some thoughts there about the receipts, because I do this all over the state, so.
I understand.
Yeah, when
We
I'm
have
requesting the receipts.
different rules and stuff everywhere.
Right, but the receipts, state law, all across the board, they shouldn't be different, right? So if I come in and I say, I want the statement and all the receipts, then there should be a receipt for every charge on there, right? And if we're reimbursing employees for what they say they're doing out there, I'm driving and I drove 240 miles. Well, how do you know that? How does the citizen know that? We don't, unless there's receipts, right? Because otherwise you could be just milking us. And a lot of times they are milking us. So, all right, that's it. Thank you guys. You have a
No
blessed day,
problem.
okay?
You too.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Lee?
Yeah,
Hi, how you doing?
good. James?
James.
Good. Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you for your patience on all this.
Oh, yeah, not an issue. It's my fault when I came in. I gave her the wrong information. I just said the county attorney. I didn't tell her I had an appointment with you and
Yeah, that's
everything.
okay.
So,
We were getting ready for you, so we knew you were,
yeah,
give you the heads up. We're going this way down here to this
I always like to be
conference room.
prompt, So,
No, yeah, you're good. You're fine. This is our first time using our new portal to display this stuff. We were messing, trying to figure it out.
oh, okay, excellent.
Make sure that it was a thick enough screen and not
Tiny, too small, yeah.
Right.
Well, I just did Ocala's receipts last week. They definitely had some issues there.
Oh yeah, we're hopefully not gonna have any.
They boosted up their receipts by putting in 2 and 3 of the same receipt, and then they had less than all the receipts there, probably like a third of the receipts they should have had.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I do this all over the state.
Mm-hmm. You
and,
mentioned that to me, yeah.
Yeah, and I've requested credit card statements from you guys before, which is provided through email. I just wasn't able to get the receipts at the time. I didn't request those. So a lot of times we find on the statements there's red flags. $6 charge at Dollar General, $11 charge at Walmart. Stuff that's not for the office, obviously, maybe something they bought on the way home from work, lunch or dinner, different stuff.
Yeah.
So we want to definitely go over and see what
Well,
we
I'll
got
show
going
you-
on.
Well, James. I'm
Oh, yeah,
Stacy.
sorry.
I didn't want
Stacy.
you to just come in here and think I was secret.
Yeah.
I'm here in
Oh.
case you have an information, not documentation. I work with public relations. So he does public records, and anytime you need information that's not a record, that's when I jump in. So that's
Okay.
why I'm here, just to make that a little quicker, especially with the quantity of
Right.
receipts that he's got.
Yeah.
Right.
So what we're gonna do as we were able, thank God, we were able to get it in presentation mode because all of these are available. They've all been redacted for whatever statute needed to happen. They're all
It's
available
the
electronically.
Bank
We can-
account information statute.
Right, the actual account number.
Yeah, and usually that stuff's not on receipts, which
Just sometimes there aren't. There are a few that are not even redacted because there was nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Usually, like when I go to Lowe's, it doesn't have my credit card number on
Right.
it, and I would assume the same for the county.
Well, we're a nonprofit and a public entity, so we do have a little bit more information on our receipts. Other than that, it should
like
look
a
like
tax ID number or something.
tax
for,
ID numbers
for sales
exactly,
tax.
and then the Visa card that was used because of the quantity of Visa cards that we do on the actual account with Lowe's. So they want to be able to identify which card it was, which is cool.
Right, but they don't. Like I see, it's redacted there. They didn't put the whole number up there, did they?
They put the last four.
Okay, well that.
But it's like XXXXX last four.
Right, but that shouldn't need redaction then, since it's not the whole number, right?
We redact the last four.
Do you?
Yeah, that's how we
Yeah,
interpret.
it's an account number that is able to be connected with Lowe's, and because it's mentioned, it's like a name and an address. If they were separate, they wouldn't be redacted.
Yeah.
But because they're together and they're able to be traced, that quantifies a reduction.
Okay.
But so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't just a weirdo in the room.
Yeah.
And if, like I said, I'm here for anything outside of documentation that comes out of this. And if you need more time, I think James has provided you a couple more windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
we
how-
were going to do this today. Get as much knocked out as possible.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not interested in the stuff that's obvious. You know,
That's fine.
I'm not interested in the receipt showing
I hope all of our stuff is obvious, but we'll see.
office thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just as an example, I've come across stuff like Fayetteville, North Carolina. A lady had a charge for $300 on her credit card, and as you know, on the statement it doesn't tell you what it's for. It just tells you where they bought it from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's not how we process things, but okay.
It was a website.
Uh-huh.
So I went to look at the website. Well, they only sold school uniforms.
Oh, booger.
Okay, so what's a county
Mm.
employee buying school uniforms?
Right.
Right. So I called to get the receipt. Well, sir, we don't have the receipt. The card was stolen. Somebody bought that stolen on a card. Okay, that's believable,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Like someone would buy their daughter school uniforms on a stolen credit card
Yeah.
and ship them to their house because they're not the smartest criminals, right?
Most
I
of
guess.
them are, yeah.
Right. So, but I wasn't able to dig deeper into that, you know, and get the actual report.
Sure.
Because I don't believe stories like that. You know, obviously there's been a gentleman recently, the sheriff up in New Hampshire, just got recently busted misusing his credit card,
Mm-hmm.
taking an intimate friend on
Okay.
trips and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't know if you know
that's
about.
fairly obvious.
Yeah, the chief of police of Fort Myers a couple years ago, if you can look it up in the news, he was also caught misusing his credit card,
Mm.
paying for
Yeah.
NRA memberships for friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure. I don't have the policy manual with me as far as what the credit card usage is here
Do you want it?
for Marion County.
Mhm.
If you have it available.
We don't have it, but I can get it.
Yeah,
And I can either,
yeah, you can just email it to me.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I
you can-
have his email.
yeah, he's got
right,
my
so
email.
that would be you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I want to make sure, like, now here's another thing that I found
Mhm.
at Ocala. They have these travel receipts
Right.
where they go, and God forbid it's something we need to address, but it looks like public employees just go on seminars every month, all month long. You know what I mean? Like, that's how many travel receipts were in there. Like, so.
It depends on their travel budget, but yes.
Well, right, that and also memberships, like
Mhm.
memberships to organizations.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be digging in to find out if that's what's allowed, you
Mhm.
know,
Sure.
because I don't want to be paying for the Boy Scout of America membership for you or the
Mhm.
Fire Chiefs Association for you, so you can, you know, look better in your fire community.
Well, that is one of the ones that are allowed. That
right, and
I have annoyances of my own.
right,
And then like our building official has 17 certifications, so he's on a few, even an international board. So thankfully
Right.
we haven't had to send him internationally, but he is on that board and he is president-elect. So
right.
I have a
Now
feeling
I
it's
know
gonna-
some things are required for the job, but there's also a lot of things that are not required for the
Mhm.
job that they put in there, you know, and it
yeah,
Just
that's
a-
fine.
just
If you
because-
find them, great. Let's
yeah,
do it.
Yeah, just because nobody ever checks. But let me, and I got off on a tangent, but
Sure.
one of the things that Ocala that I noticed on the travel brochure or the
Mhm.
travel receipts is that they have a per diem every
Yes.
day of food.
Yes.
Okay, so what they were doing is they were, you know, marking down, hey, I had lunch, breakfast, dinner here, and it's cost me this much, and then
Correct.
the city would reimburse them.
Correct.
So then I asked the city, well, where's the receipts? Right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're paying public tax dollars for this person to eat, right?
Mhm.
You're giving them $300 a week. If they're gone
Mhm.
for the week, it's about $300 they get to spend on food.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her the scenario. I work for you. I buy a loaf of bread, a thing of bologna. I sit in my hotel room. It costs me $10 to eat. I say I went out to eat. You pay me $300.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no receipts.
Mhm.
Right? So, I mean, there's
No.
lots of little ways to get. Now, when I was a youth, I broke the law.
Yeah.
So I know how the thinking goes.
Well,
You
every
know
day
what I
when you
mean?
don't go exactly the speed limit.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
So yeah, our procurement department here reviews our receipts and hounds us for our receipts. And then clerk's office, finance department, they hound them. So we have
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 layers of
Okay.
hand slapping available to us.
Okay.
So that's why I completely don't expect anything. But if you find anything, we will pursue it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alright.
And of course, this is for July. Now,
Yes.
what we're able to accomplish here. If that's not enough for you, if you'd like this electronically, that's
Yeah, we can always provide that.
electronically is fine. We can totally send you that. We can put it in a zip file or put it in a cloud drive because it is a lot of information.
Right, right. And if that's possible, I would love that too. That way
Yep,
I could
that is
go,
exactly possible.
yeah, I could go over it at my own leisure at
Exactly.
the
And
house.
if you find anything that
Absolutely.
you would want to bring up
Absolutely.
for the same format, let us know, and
Yeah.
we'll activate this again.
Yeah.
And you have my email, so.
Yeah, Marion County's been great to me.
Oh, good.
I don't know if
Good
you
to
guys
hear.
know who I am or what I do or what I've done, but
Just what you told me on the phone.
I'm a First Amendment auditor. I go around the government buildings and I record. And
You're not the
make
one
sure.
that I usually see, but I usually see a different version. I'm usually the public access part of the First Amendments. So I usually see the guys that want to walk around and see where you can go in and cannot go in.
Yeah, no, that's me.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if I met you. Maybe it's been a couple years.
But it's been a couple of years since I've been to Marion.
Okay, all right, good.
When I
so
did,
I'm not as old as I thought I was.
yeah, but my buddy, like Dr. Sean Berry, he's a
Mhm.
bigger guy. He wears like an American cowboy hat, with
Yes.
the American flag, okay,
Yeah.
with a yellow jacket.
Yeah, we've had
and,
him.
and
couple
another
of
guy,
substations.
like that with
Yeah,
a voice
I
box.
met him, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're all buddies of mine, and they're really good guys.
He
So
helped us. There was another guy that came with, and I'm so sorry to call him the voice box guy, but there was another guy that came with him, and actually they helped us improve our communications on the digital display in the lobby.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a team.
yeah, a
We
lot of
need
guys.
feedback.
Yeah, I go out also with another gentleman, and his channel is Blind Justice,
Ah.
and he's a blind gentleman.
Yeah.
And he goes around with his GoPro and his camera and his walking stick, and he looks for, and I say he looks, he doesn't obviously look, but he goes out searching for ADA violations.
Exactly.
And I mean, he's a great guy. And a lot of these people, a lot of people are like, oh, this or that. But like Dr. Berry, for example, he holds 3 PhDs.
Amazing.
Yeah. You know?
But like
So-
I said, we need feedback.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we're only
Welcome,
1,700
yeah.
employees for 300 buildings in a 600.
No, but listen,
1,600 square foot.
it's a civic duty for the public to help the government
Thank
and,
you.
and make
Yes.
sure that
100%.
what's right is right.
Yes.
'Cause
Sure. 100%.
you guys are spending our money
Mhm.
and using
Yeah.
our name,
Well, and we need your help to
Exactly.
hold anyone else accountable.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah, that's what I love to do.
you guys don't have to risk getting fired sometimes.
No, I have been arrested though a couple of times, and actually I was convicted up in Georgia for loitering near inmates. I was filming in a prison parking lot. There were no inmates around, and but the thing of it is when the government is criminal, criminals don't like their actions being displayed and recorded, and they have the power to stop that. And they do. They tend to do that. I've been kicked out of buildings. I've been assaulted by public employees, post office workers, all kinds of stuff. And I'm not an asshole. I don't go in and screaming and hollering and saying, you work for me and I pay taxes for your salary.
I get those phone calls. Those are my phone calls.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
his.
Well, and that's it. When people see my videos, they get upset, and then they want to call and we call it redressing your government, but it's actually a petition to redress the government. But they want to let the folks know, hey, this is unacceptable,
Yeah.
right? And it should be because.
Yes.
Like when we go out to a private business, Outback, we expect certain service. Hey,
Correct.
you better be smiling. You know what I mean? And treat me with respect. But a lot of times when
And
we
the
go
health
into public
violations.
buildings,
Yeah.
we don't find that same kind of service because, granted, they don't have to do that because they're not asking for your money. They're just taking it. They don't care if you like their
They're
service or
receiving
not,
it.
right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you can only get your utilities here. So no matter how I treat you, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna be here next month and paying your bill, dumbass.
Yeah.
And we're like,
You
Yeah.
let us know if you find any of that because
oh no, I do.
Our big thing, especially since this county administrator took the role maybe 8 years ago, his big thing was culture and customer service. And if we fall short on that, we will get redressed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And by you guys and by him.
Maybe I should talk to him. He sounds
He's
right up my
amazing.
alley.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
sounds right
He's
up my
very
alley.
good.
Okay, so
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna
start
let you
here so we
guys
can
do
go.
whatever you
Yep,
need to
they're in
do.
order numeric, so this will be the first one.
Okay,
And,
and this one looks fine. It
you
looks
just
like
tell
some,
me what you. Yeah,
some
this
hooks.
is just one page here. So that's the first one.
Does it not allow you to scroll?
I tried it. Didn't.
Okay.
So that was the first one. Here's the next one. And then presentation mode is here.
This looks a lot better and cleaner on the computer, so I apologize for throwing things up.
Oh yeah. I think this one's a couple pages or 2 pages. So yeah, you tell me how you.
And then there's a
So-
little
Yeah,
blower
yeah,
on the
yeah,
bottom.
They are amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Like
about.
I said, we don't want to give them an excuse to keep flooding
Oh yeah, yeah.
everywhere. So yes,
Yep.
you have flooded it. Yes, you get
Mhm.
5 minutes out before we put you back in where you need to be.
Right.
Maybe
Right. No, like again, like stuff like that. That's all that stuff's absolutely
That's
necessary.
page 2 if you didn't see that.
So we do have about 10 more minutes before the next meeting.
Okay, and
I was
what-
only able to get an hour today.
that's fine. And he said we can come back at 3. But
Mhm.
what I'm going to do is if you guys can send me these with the statement. I can look over them at my leisure, so I can not take up your folks' time. And then
Well,
when
our time is your time. You pay us, remember?
Yeah.
well,
We appreciate it either way though.
yeah, and I
It
do,
is appreciated.
and I do pay taxes, and I want to make sure that my taxes are going in the most productive way possible. And
Sure.
if I can get this done at home and then present you guys with, which again I haven't seen any discrepancies that you haven't alleviated my fears of yet, except for the food.
Mhm.
Then I'll just take it upon myself to do the
Sure.
work at home and then come to you if I have any questions. And this way
Absolutely.
we can both be productive. You guys
Yeah.
can go back to doing.
And you just
You
tag
know,
us
do
in when
anything?
you're ready to, if you need, like I said, if you want the same format for the video to maintain consistency, that's fine. If you're able to do it at home, it's,
Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah.
your records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I do wonders on my own video,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, because I could send you these right after.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to send you to lunch.
Well,
And
after
then you
that.
can send them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not in a rush to spend the next 6 hours going over receipts, but it's something that I've got to do. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
But just your folks' willingness has alleviated a lot of my
Mhm.
fears.
Good.
It's usually when I have, like when I went into Ocala, they sat me down with 2 binders of paper. One was the statement, the other was the receipts. Now you could see on the statement there were 10 receipts on each page,
Mhm.
but the stack of receipts was so much smaller than the statement was.
Mm.
And again, they were padding the receipts by putting like 3 of the same receipt in there, or they would put the receipt in there and they would also put the email
Mm.
of the receipt in there, like
Yeah.
saying Susie had to go to such and such conference, it was $140.
Well, yeah, we're required to have the receipt in the email.
And then later,
Yeah.
but there was no receipt in the email.
Oh, beautiful.
It was just saying Susie is, $140 for this thing. And then later I'd look in the packet and there would be the receipt for Susie for $140. So they were just padding it, right?
Mm.
And on the first page, there's receipts for Walmart, Lowe's, all these places.
Mhm.
I looked through every receipt. I said, I haven't seen one receipt for Walmart. I haven't seen one receipt for Lowe's. I haven't seen one receipt for any of this food that
Uh-huh.
these people have bought.
The actual receipts.
I
Yeah.
Right.
think could be pretty good because I sold a lot of those.
I'm telling you, we
so-
get slapped around.
Yeah, and again, my only concern
I sold
today
a lot of receipts.
of
yeah.
that we've gone over is
Mhm.
just the food receipts.
Sure.
Yep.
I want to
Understood.
make sure
Yeah.
that those are getting in, so that way
And I'm not sure why they were not included because we are required to put them with our
it
stuff.
it makes sense, because again, like people know ways to skirt the system, Like my buddy used to travel all the time. He'd get a per diem. Now his was with a private company,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
he would do the same thing. Now they didn't care
Mhm.
that he did that,
Yeah.
but taxpayers do.
Yeah.
Like we're scrimping. I don't know if you guys heard over in Sumter County just last week, 2 weeks ago, they tried to up the fire fee. So residents were paying like $120 or $150 per year for the fire fee. They wanted to move that up to $324 per resident, right? Which is a big jump.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, but that wasn't the biggest jump. So if you owned a business there, right, you were paying the $150 or whatever for the fire fee.
Mhm.
They wanted to jump it up to 50 cents per square foot.
Mm.
Okay, so some people, $150 one year,
Yeah.
$10,000 the next
Right.
year.
Gee.
I mean, I've never seen a council, city council, county council chamber that packed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That was
and
a
2
good-
hours of public comment, and they were all like, "You guys are effing out of your mind."
Well,
I believe that. Yeah.
got rid of 2 of them a couple years back.
Yeah.
But we had a couple requested to step down in Sumter County. But
Yeah.
Oh, was that the ones that were texting each other after work?
I'm not sure which ones, but I know that there were like
What's
there's an abbreviation of a trio of them, and 2 of them got escorted by the governor's office out.
Yeah. Well, that might have been, if it's the same people, it might have been because a couple of years ago we had went into the Sumter County government building with the DMV and the county council, and they had the library there in the villages. And one of my buddies was trespassed. I went back that same day. They couldn't trespass me because I actually knew the law. But one of the county council members' wives reached out to one of my friends. And her husband had been newly elected. Him and 2 other guys had been newly elected to Sumter County. And they were going to clean up Sumter County.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what she told me is that 2 of the 3 guys, her husband excluded, had gone to dinner with the developers of the villages.
Mm-hmm.
Now they weren't cleaning up the county anymore.
Nope. That's exactly the story.
Yep, and all of a sudden, the guy who was going to clean up Sumter County is being removed because he was texting another council member after. So yeah. Not a lot of people pay attention. You got the Super Bowl on, you got Katie's soccer class, a lot of freedom to distract citizens.
Sure.
But a few of us are paying attention. So
Good.
yeah.
So we're all good.
Guys,
Good.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We'll get those documents.
So you will be back at
including-
3? You plan on
No,
it?
no, I'm not
Okay.
coming back. You guys have done a great
Okay.
job. I'll look this over
Yeah, I can
myself,
definitely get them to you.
and then we'll get back
And the
to you.
procurement manual.
We'll get
And the
back to you.
procurement, got that down.
Yeah, we'll get back to you guys because we want to maximize our productivity.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
and
Well, thank you for being so understanding.
no,
Yes.
guys, thank you because
Thank you.
let me tell you, you guys have been great. And like
Absolutely.
I said, I've seen all kinds of stuff
I'm sure.
I bet you have.
going out in the government buildings. I was kicked out of Marion County Courthouse 2 times. The first 2 times, they yelled at me, called me a sovereign citizen, all this other stuff. The 3rd time I'm in there, the cop comes in there, he looks at me, goes, "Oh, you're doing an audit?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." And he walks out and left me alone. I was like, that's all you had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to say anything
And
to
he
these
doesn't
people.
even have to ask you that.
No.
But thank you for answering. Yes.
Right.
Let's just,
Right. Well, yeah. Trust me. There's been whole audits I've done where I haven't said a word. Like I stood outside of a prison in South Carolina, didn't say a word 45 minutes, and got them upset because there's they want to get you away, even though what I'm doing is nothing wrong. I was literally like, there's a public road like right here, and I was right here, like literally half of my body was on the public road, and the rest of it's what's known as a public right of way.
Yes.
Against
Right,
yeah.
every public street has a public right of way.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. And I'm standing there not saying nothing, and they had the guards come out. One of the guards, Rover, jumps out of his car. He's got his shotgun. He comes up to me, and worst gun handling I've ever seen. Because when his officer dismissed him, he's walking backwards with his gun. Looking at me scared as hell. I'm like, I have a camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, get over it, guys.
Exactly.
All right, man.
No, but we appreciate you guys, and
Yeah,
we have improved just the things that you feedback we act on, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate it because it helps me communicate with the public, and that's my job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all listen. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, right?
Yeah.
We all want to be left alone in our private lives to do what we want. That's not illegal.
Yes.
That's not illegal.
Caveat.
Right, and exactly, and that's it. We don't want people trying to boss us around or doing this or doing that and telling us what to do, and it's clear they don't know what's going on. I can't tell you how many times I've been told you can't do this, you can't do that,
Right.
and then as soon as I say, well, what's the law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a law.
Yeah.
God, I wish people just lighten up.
Yeah, we try to make it easy.
Well,
There's medical marijuana in Florida now. Maybe they should try some of that.
some people-
Yeah, some people. Yeah, I love.
It's good help.
Yeah.
he doesn't have to go back to the lobby. He can go out the employee entrance.
Okay.
You can take.
Is that the same by the lobby? Because my car's
No,
out front.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It is
okay.
by the lobby.
I know
It's
what you're
the
talking
hall.
about.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And what was your name again?
Stacy.
Stacy.
And I'll include my information on his
Yes.
email to you.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
be in
you.
touch with both.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, all I chapter 119. That's it. That's all I care about. As long as I'm adhering to the law.
And well, and you know, it's a shame that not a lot of people even understand that law. You know, I go to the law allows me, and not in the law itself, but specifically, I saw you had the book on the table, the Sunshine
If you
Manual.
had any questions, like
Right.
you know, I might need something.
I'm very familiar
This is what she was
with.
talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with the Sunshine Manual.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, some of my friends have case law in there, Joel Chandler and Jeff Gray and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
so, you know, not a lot of people realize that you can go to any government building and ask for a public record, you know, because
yeah. Mhm.
what happened is my buddy Jeff Gray and Joel Chandler, they were going around, and back then, if the government had a contract with a private business, you were allowed to go to that private business and ask for records pertaining to that contract.
Yes. 100%.
Well, the private businesses had no clue
No, they
about
don't.
the yeah.
No, they
So
don't.
what happened is my buddies would go around. They would ask for public records from these companies. They wouldn't comply. Boom! They turn around and sue them.
Yeah, yeah.
So what the state did was
A
they
lot of
said.
ignorance on that,
Yeah.
on that part of the law. Yeah.
So what the state did was say, okay, if you want to sue over public records, you have to write down your request in writing and submit it to a custodian of records for the county
Yeah.
or
There
whatever.
would be our custodian.
Right, and then if they didn't answer within 10 days, then you could sue for the records.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like
uh,
for the attorney's fees and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and so that happened, and so now people think, oh well, we have a record custodian, so you have to go there.
Mhm.
And I tell people, no, I
Can't
don't
do that.
have to go there. I can give you the request, and then you can forward it if it needs to go somewhere else.
Yes.
And I got to say, it's been years, and there's still people I find working in government that
we're trying to change that culture here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm new to my position. That they kind of created my position as public records coordinator to help facilitate records all across our county. Like you know, but
I'm glad
we're
there's.
working on it. We're trying to get better, and I'm learning too because I'm new to this.
Hey,
profession,
listen, we're all Americans,
Right.
You know, and I try to tell people at the end of the day, like, when people work for government and they get power, sometimes it goes to their head, right? And I can understand
that's
that.
the humanity that we were.
That's the
talking
humanity
about,
of it. But what they don't understand is that they won't work for government forever, right? And so government that treats citizens bad has to realize that at one point they're going to be citizens as well.
Yeah.
You know, like in Sumter County at that county meeting, all those citizens, half of them were old public employees from New Jersey and New York and Connecticut, you know what I mean?
See what they see and they don't like it.
Exactly, and they see government acting up, and now all of a sudden they're upset. But they weren't upset when they were doing that to citizens up in New York and New Jersey.
Humanity again. Unfortunately, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you,
Well,
sir.
it's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
And, I will have you. What I do is I send you a file share link, which it'll be in the email,
Uh-huh.
and you click on that link, and it'll open up from the cloud with everything.
And
that
then
we
I
were
could just
perusing.
download it or
You
whatever.
can download it. It should be compressed, which might help.
Like a
It's
zip file.
folder, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have any trouble, you can let me know. We can figure out something. I'll get it to you electronically. Either way.
Yeah.
But that's our first line. I haven't had too many people have trouble with that link, but
I don't think I should either.
yeah, but you should be able to download it and you can review it at your leisure. And the only thing, if you have you want more records,
Mm-hmm.
you request more records, definitely put that through me because I can coordinate that with you, like we've been doing.
Okay.
And if you have information, and I'll make sure that Stacy, you can contact her. Just if you
Hey guys. So you saw the video. I was going to do some voiceovers, but I decided against it. I just wanted to let the video play. It is sort of a longer video, so I'm sorry about that. But I felt, on the back end, it was important to include the discussion that me and the public employees were having, right? These, to me, are great public employees, and people, in the public sector should strive to be more like these public officials that I encountered here in Marion County. I can't say enough good things about these two individuals that I interacted with on this day. And they had good insight, right? And, they were thankful, they were appreciative that citizens are out there helping, to watch over and this kind of stuff. Now, again, I've always been one to tell you that, not all, public employees are bad, right? Because obviously I get a lot of information from good public employees looking to, straighten out their department, or helping to redress some of the violations that go on in there because they don't have nobody that they can report to. Because listen, if you report your boss or somebody that's in the same clique as your boss, you could end up losing your job and not being able to pay your mortgage and stuff like that. So I understand the constraints that they're under, but the first part of the video was the bad, right? Ocala, they obviously have terrible record keeping. None of the receipts they gave me were in order, because when I go in there, I'm looking at the statement and I'm expecting, the first charge on the statement. When I look over to the second pile, the receipts, I'm looking for that first receipt to be the first receipt on the statement page, right? I'm not looking at the first charge on the statement and looking to go through 150 pages to find that the first receipt, you know what I mean? And go back and forth and stuff like that. Out of the two, obviously, it looks like Ocala has something to hide, whereas Marion was very open and very transparent. Ocala, they boosted their receipts given to me by including multiple copies, by including, they would get an email of the receipt, and then they would give me the receipt. So there were plenty like that. A lot of receipts were missing. Walmart, Lowe's, public transportation, something or other. There was just a lot of receipts that were missing. And then, of course, the receipts for the food when they go traveling. You guys heard me talk enough about that during the video, but these are issues that need addressed, right? So I'm going to keep on it. Like I said, because of these two audits that I did here, I've refined what it is I'm going to be asking for and how I'm going to be going about it to really maximize my time and the public employees' times, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time, right? Again, it's costing us all money, so we'll refine that to make it a much more streamlined process where we can get a lot more accomplished. Other than that, guys, I mean, thanks for watching. I'm going to be going back out on the road. I do need some support, more than I've gotten as far as it goes now. I've got a Give, Send, Go. That link will be in the description. Please, if you can, kick in $1. If you're a troll and you don't like me, kick in $5. But seriously, that's important to me, that I'm able to make sure that my family's taken care of if something should happen to me. That's really important to me. As important to me as it is exposing all this stuff, is making sure that my family's taken care of if something should happen. So please, make that happen. Other than that, guys, we'll keep pushing out videos, and we're going to see you on the next one. So take it easy. Oh man, the cops are out there. Do you guys have some place I can hide?
No, sir, we don't hide people.
No? Oh man, it's got to be a place I can hide.
No, sir.
No? What about behind the counter?
No, sir.
I'm just playing with you. I'm not hiding. You guys are cracking me up.